Hi, my name is Jim Lake, and I'm a member of the Grace Lutheran Church family in Loves Park, Illinois. I also have served as a local law enforcement official for the past 20 years. A few weeks ago, following a devastating event that traumatized one of the nation's churches, Pastor Dawson asked me if I would be willing to speak with the congregation on some of the ways they might be able to prepare should they find themselves involved in such a crisis. The current approach, which is being utilized by law enforcement as a teaching method, is considered the ALICE approach. The following presentation, which has been presented to faculty and staff in the local schools, will explain what the ALICE approach is and provide you with information on actions which you may take to keep you safe should you ever find yourself involved in such an unfortunate circumstance.
What is an active threat emergency? An active threat emergency involves one or more persons using a firearm, bladed object, club, bat, or any other object which can be used as a deadly weapon, engaging in a random or systematic act of violence causing death or great bodily harm. Where might you encounter an active threat emergency? Some of the places where they have already occurred are in public venues such as shopping malls, concerts, movie theaters, schools, elementary, secondary, college and universities, workplaces, and even in houses of worship, such as the First Baptist Church in Sutherland Springs, Texas, and the Burnett Chapel Church of Christ in Antioch, Tennessee. The average active shooter incident lasts 4 to 8 minutes. The average law enforcement response time is 5 to 10 minutes. What does this mean for people on scene? It is up to you to survive the situation until help arrives. In order to survive, you have to have the right mindset. Positive visualization. I will survive this incident. Think ahead. Ask what-if questions. Create a database in your head of plans. The active shooter mentality. Most active shooters do not plan to survive the incident. Active shooters are looking for a high body count. The higher the body count, the bigger the public shock and media attention. How do active shooter incidents end? The shooter runs out of ammunition. The police arrive and shooter takes their life or is killed by the police, or someone on scene confronts and stops them. How do you respond to an active shooter? Traditionally, you would shelter in a certain place and wait for police to arrive. With an active shooter, this makes you a sitting duck and causes more casualties. We at the Rockford Police Department choose to follow the ALICE response plan to an active shooter. ALICE is an acronym for 5 steps you can utilize in order to increase your chances of surviving a surprise attack by an active shooter. Number 1, alert. 2, lockdown. 3, inform. 4, counter. And 5, evacuate. Alert can be anything that alerts you to a possible active shooter. It may be gunfire, witness, a public announcement, or a phone alert. Lockdown is a semi-secure starting point from which to make survival decisions. If you decide to not evacuate, secure the room and lock the door, cover any windows in the door if possible, tie down the door if possible using belts, purse straps, shoelaces, etc., and barricade the door with anything available, desk and chairs. Look for alternate escape routes, such as windows or other doors. call 911, move out of the doorway in case gunfire comes through it, silence or place cell phones on vibrate, and once secured, do not open the door for anyone. Police will enter the room when the situation is over. Gather weapons such as books, keyboards, pencils, fire extinguishers, chairs, keys, and coffee cups. Create a plan of attack. Mentally prepare to defend yourself and others. Put yourself in position to surprise the active shooter should they enter the room. Inform. Use any means necessary to pass on real-time information. The information should be given in plain language, can be derived from 911 calls, video surveillance, should be a who, what, when, where, and how information, can be given by a PA announcement. Counter. This is the use of simple, proactive techniques should you be confronted by the active shooter. Remember, anything can be a weapon. Throw things at the shooter's head to disrupt their aim. Make as much noise as possible. Run around the room and create chaos. You will be trying to overload the attacker's senses. Attack in a group. Swarm the attacker. Grab the shooter's limbs and head and take them to the ground. Hold them there. Fight dirty. Bite, kick, scratch, gouge the eyes, etc. You are fighting for your own survival. If you have control of the shooter, call 911 and tell the police where you are and listen to their commands when officers arrive on scene. Evacuate. Remove yourself from the danger zone as quickly as possible. Always move away from the sound of gunfire. If you think it is gunfire, react. Do not wait or assume it was nothing. Decide if you can safely evacuate. Run in a zigzag pattern as fast as you can. Do not stop running until you are far away from the area. Bring something to throw with you in case you would encounter the shooter. Consider if the fall from a window will kill you. Break out windows and attempt to quickly clear glass from the frame. Consider using belts, clothing, or other items as an improvised rope to shorten the distance you would fall. Hang by your hands from the window ledge to shorten your drop. Attempt to drop into shrubs, mulch, or grass to lessen the chance of injury. Do not attempt to drive from the area. Remember, Alice does not follow a set of actions you shall, must, or will do when confronted with an active shooter. You may only use one or two parts of the plan, or all 5 parts. Deal with the known information and don't worry about the unknowns. As police arrive, do not run towards them. If you are holding down a suspect, continue to hold them down until ordered to move by the police. Everyone else in the room stand against the wall with your hands held up at your shoulders. If you disarm a suspect, cover the weapon with a garbage can and have someone stay with the weapon. Under Alice, the main objective is your survival. The words of Theodore Roosevelt, in a moment of decision, the best thing you can do is the right thing. The next best thing is the wrong thing. The worst thing you can do is nothing at all.